Good morning, students. So we are here again to continue transportation system, the same part of chapter life processes. On the last turn, we have discussed circulation of blood between heart, body organs and lungs, and understand that right side of heart receives through veins deoxygenated blood. It is get oxygenated in lungs and then come back to the heart. From the heart, this blood is distributed to all parts of the body. Since in this process blood flows twice through the heart in one cycle, so this type of transportation of blood or circulation of blood is called as double circulation. Now, definition of double circulation: flow of blood through the heart two times through separate pathways. Separate pathways mean from right side of the heart and left side of the heart. For completing one cycle is called as double circulation. This double circulation of blood includes two circulations, that are systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Now, systemic circulation. It is the circulation of blood between heart and different parts of the body except lungs. It is the circulation of oxygenated blood by left auricle to left ventricle and from left ventricle to aorta for supply to different body parts. Now, the pulmonary circulation. It is the movement of blood from heart to the lungs and back. So, in pulmonary circulation, deoxygenated blood of the body enters the right auricle, passes into right ventricle, which pumps it into the pulmonary arch. With the help of two separate pulmonary arteries, the blood passes into the lungs. So, double circulation is the circulation of these two types of circulation taken together, and this is called as double circulation. Now, what is the necessity of double circulation? The separation of the right side and the left side of the heart is useful to keep oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing. As we know, humans are having four-chambered heart, and the left side and the right side of the heart is completely separated. This prevents the oxygenated blood from mixing with deoxygenated blood. Such a separation is useful as it allows a highly efficient supply of oxygen to the body cells, which is necessary for providing a lot of energy. This energy is useful in case of human beings that have high energy need, because they constantly require energy to maintain their body temperature. While in case of animals like amphibians and many reptiles having three-chambered heart, they do not use energy for the purpose of maintaining body temperature. Their body temperature depends on the temperature of the environment, so they are called as cold-blooded animals, and they hibernate themselves during cold condition. While in case of fishes, Fishes are having two-chambered heart. The blood flows through the heart only once while completing the full circuit of the body, and this type of circulation is called as single circulation. In this, the heart receives and pumps the blood to gills where oxygenation of blood occurs. The oxygenated blood passes to all the parts of body and it returns to heart on deoxygenation. Now the blood pressure. The force that blood exerts against the wall of a blood vessel is called blood pressure. The pressure of blood inside the artery during contraction and relaxation is called as blood pressure. This pressure is much greater in arteries than in veins. The normal blood pressure is 120 upon 80 millimeter of mercury, where 120 millimeter mercury is systolic pressure that is there during contraction, and 80 millimeter mercury is diastolic pressure that is during relaxation. So blood pressure is measured with an instrument called sphygmomanometer. Now, as we know, circulatory system is of two types. One was blood vascular system and other is lymphatic system. So today we will also continue this part, that is lymphatic system. It is a system of capillaries, vessels and lymph nodes which are specialized to collect lymph from tissue fluid and carry it to the blood in the region of veins. Lymph, this is another type of fluid which also is involved in the process of transportation. This is also called as lymph or tissue fluid. So lymph, it is a circulatory fluid which helps in transportation. It is formed when some amount of plasma, proteins, inorganic salts and white blood cells pass through the pores present in the walls of capillaries into intercellular spaces in the tissues. The lymph is similar to plasma except that tissue fluid is colorless and contains very less proteins. It's like the plasma in the blood, but it doesn't have color and it has less proteins than the plasma. It travels from intercellular spaces and enter into the lymphatic capillaries. Lymphatic capillaries again join to form large lymph vessels, which finally open into larger veins. So lymphatic capillaries firstly join to form lymph vessels, and lymph vessels then open into larger veins. Lymph flows only in one direction. Main difference between blood vascular system and lymphatic system is that lymph only flows in one direction, and that direction is from tissue to heart through veins. Tissue to heart through veins. When the lymph veins, which are the larger veins, from it travels from that tissue where it is present to the heart, Now, functions of lymph. Lymph carries digested and absorbed fats from small intestine to different tissues of the body. It picks up the digested fat from alimentary canal and pour it into blood. Second point is that it drains excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. In this way, it maintains the volume of blood. It take up the extra fluid from the cellular space and then pour it directly into the blood. Now, third point is lymph protects cells from infection. Lymph capillaries are specialized to attract germs. The germs are taken to lymph nodes for destruction. So in this way, it protects the cells from infection. And last point, it also removes waste products from the body cells to drain into blood. Waste from tissues are first passed into lymph before they are poured into blood for separation in kidneys. So it is also helpful in removing waste products from the body cells. That's all about the blood vascular system.